Welcome everyone in to a Sunday night here at McCullough Motorsports Sunday Night Money Racing. I am your host, Michael Triscuro of PGR eSports, and we're in for another treat as we go under the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway for what looks like to be a great night of racing here in McCullough Motorsports. We had a great race last Sunday night. Looking forward to another one here tonight as we are currently qualifying here. Kenny McCullough Jr. of McCullough Motorsports right now is your pole sitter, but that may be changing here shortly. A lot of top guns here in this field as we are going 50 laps here tonight, 55% fuel. There'll be one fast repair, and we will have 3 green-white checkers here tonight. So just bringing everybody here to Talladega. Looking forward to a great race here tonight. I'll be in the booth all by myself, and I'm looking forward to bringing you guys some awesome action here as we see some of the top drivers in the super speedway money scene all go for, I believe it to be $130, $150 winnings here tonight. It'll be 130 actually to first place, so that looks to be what the first top prize will be. So looking forward to seeing who might be able to jump into victory lane here tonight. We just had the NASCAR All-Star race conclude. Joey Logano won that from North Wilkesboro. So awesome for him. We had a little action after the race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. threw a punch on Kyle Busch, and he looked like he was in his street clothes, so hung around for a couple hours. No way to get out of the infield there at North Wilkesboro. So a lot of drama, a lot of popcorn being popped over there in the NASCAR side, and there's going to be a lot of, hopefully, some popcorn being popped here tonight in the, the eNASCAR side of things here in the trucks at Talladega here in MMS Money Racing. So looking forward to see what kind of action we're going to have tonight. Kenny McCullough Jr. still on your pole. Vicente Guerrero looks like he'll be starting second. If we have any changes, we will let you know. But otherwise, looking forward to a great broadcast with everyone here tonight. We'll try to get some interviews with some drivers during the race. We'll see if anyone is on track. Cody Niegel's on track right now. Here in the 6 Extra Life butt kicker Martin Sports Chevrolet. And Cody, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumps to the top of this board with this qualifying lap. And we'll see if he does. And he will jump to third, so he will not be your pole sitter. Kenny McCullough is still your pole sitter here tonight. The owner of McCullough Motorsports. And if you're just catching up with us here tonight, we are going 50 laps, 55% fuel, so hope to see some green flag stops, 1 fast repair, and 3 green-white checkers if we need them. And we'll catch up with all the action here shortly as qualifying looks to be wrapping up on the track. We will go to our grid. You see the McCullough Motorsports logo up in the right. This is the McCullough Motorsports Sunday Night Money Racing broadcast here on the PGR eSports Network. Heath Job getting some action here already in the chat. He's cheering for his teammate Hyper Motorsports Danny Barnes. And we will catch up here on the grid and go through the starting order here tonight. It's going to be the big dog himself, one of the GOATs, Kenny McCullough Jr., starting on your front row, and in first, Vicente Guerrero outside front row for Nightmare Esports. Nightmare Esports, kind of a spinoff of Dale Cup. Cody Niegels kind of took that name and went with it. It's an awesome name. Cody Niegels, he will start third. John Mullahan, Kenny McCullough's teammate, he'll start fourth. Matt Lee will start fifth. Matthew Baker, NBG, he will start sixth. Trevor Ashwinoth will start in the 7th spot here tonight. Dylan Basin, nice to see his name, he will start 9th. And Kenny Stamper, KSR, he will start 10th. Aubrey Thompson of BAR, he will start 11th. Mark Von Dell start 12th. Justin Mills will start 13th for BAR. Ron Morris Jr., familiar name right there. We'll catch his promotion on Tuesday nights with RMR's TNT. Tuesday Night Thunder. Danny Barnes, he will start 15th for Hyper Motorsports. Christopher Carter, he will start 16th here tonight. Dylan Jones will start 17th. John Ward will start in 18th for Hyper. Logan York will start 19th here tonight. And Joshua McCullough will start 20th. Joey Allen will start 21st. And rounding out your field here tonight is Sean Corbett of BAR. So a 22 truck field here tonight as drivers are finishing gridding. Looks like we have one driver cam here tonight. Looks a little sideways. Not sure if we'll be able to show Joshua McCullough. We'll have to get that thing turned if possible. Possibly using his iPhone there. As these trucks are getting set to go here at Talladega Superspeedway, 2.66 mile super speedway, 33 degrees of banking in your turns. Still a lot of banking in the tri-oval. The backstretch, a long one. It's the Alabama Gang super stretch. Jeff Merck in the chat. Let's go Baker and G Money. As the pace car is off and on the track here in turn number 2. And leading the field tonight will be that 03 of Kenny McCullough Jr. Excited to be here on a Sunday night. Lots happening in the money racing scene tomorrow with the Dega Pros Little Guys Series. That's always a fun one. Last year's season's winner, I should say, is Mike Davenport of Team PGR. Dustin Carruthers is still in the Little Guys Series. He races for KSR, and you know what? He's won a lot of races there, and he's looking for his first championship. And he is your favorite in that series. Tuesday nights, it's Matthew Baker leading the charge for Team NBG. And Garrett Maines in second in the point standings, but a long way to go to catch the number 5, who you'll see here tonight, starting 6th. See him right there. And on Thursday night, PGR will head to Daytona International Speedway in the Xfinity Series car. And on Friday night, SSK returns Jimmy Crow for a big one. So we're looking forward to broadcasting that here on PGR eSports as the pace car is getting ready to dive off into pit road. And we will let these guys crank them up here on the first lap. It's the 03, Kenny McCullough Jr., 14, Vicente Guerrero. They're going to lead them down here to the Geico restart zone. As the green flag is in the air here at Talladega. Outside of turn number 4 and into the tri-oval, it's Kenny McCullough Jr. leading the way. Vicente Guerrero in the 14, that Budweiser butt kicker. Chevrolet in the red and white. He's looking stout here early, getting pushed by the 6 of John Mullahan. Matthew Baker in third on the top as the 8 truck. He's going to get out of line here. Wants nothing to do with this 2-wide action here in the front. To start this one, the 8 is Dylan Basin. He's going to drop back just a little bit. You see all the trucks, 22 of them in your picture here as we head into turn number 3. Cody Neagle's wasting no time. He's on the bottom with his teammate, the 04 of Matthew Lee. So Nightmare Motorsports, 3 trucks here in the front to start this field. And there goes Cody right to the middle as expected in front of his teammate Guerrero. So Guerrero pushing Eagles here in the tri-oval. As 3 out of your 4 top guys right now are all from Nightmare Motorsports. Going 50 laps here tonight, 55% fuel. I expect at least one, if not more, green flag stops. As we are 2 wide here early. As you see Matthew Baker get out of line, he's going to try to form a 3rd lane. He sees a couple trucks coming. That's John Ward in the red and black and blue. And Baker just going to kind of file back here. No help for him here in the 3rd. Everyone staying calm here early. If I'm not mistaken, this race went green last Sunday night. One of them did last week, and you could expect that with a smaller field and a 55% fuel. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's still a lot of action on the track. Comes down to some green flag stops. Got to get on and off pit road. The money stops, as we like to call them. Cody Eagles will lead the bottom as right in front of Kenny McCullough Jr. That opens the door for Guerrero as Cody goes back up, just cycling temps to the 14. John Ward in your picture here on the 3rd lane. He's going to make a charge to the front. As Cody Eagles doing an excellent job right now of managing hit lanes here. As John Ward lost his help, he will file back in. You see the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. there now on the top lane, getting pushed by the 30 of KSR's Kenny Stamper. The 05 making his way up from the back. That's Joshua McCullough as we have action. Baker into the wall hard. No, he loses his front bumper. Matthew Baker off pace here early. Looks like somebody got up the track and into Baker. We'll have to go back and see possibly what exactly happened there. We'll stay green. And my scoring not picking up exactly what happened, so not sure who got into Matthew Baker there, but nonetheless, Matthew Baker off pace here early. And that is not good for him here early. He's going to enter pit lane, it looks like. And a new leader, John Mullahan, here on the bottom. Here comes Team McCall leading both lanes. Heath Job saying the sound in and out, and that should not be the case, so kind of confused about that. Everything is set up here right tonight, so hopefully the sound is working for everybody. Adjust my headset just a little bit for you. Into the tri-oval, it's John Mullahan leading. He's going to go back to the bottom here in front of Guerrero. So far, 2 wide action. Every time a couple trucks make it 3, it seems like they dive back down here into the middle. Everyone getting on that bottom. A little bit early for green flag stops, but you know, you got a long line of trucks here on the bottom lane, biding their time until we get to those stops, and we'll see what the strategies are. You'll see a lot of the teammates go in together. McCullough Motorsports, Hyper Motorsports, Nightmare Motorsports, NBG, BAR, KSR. You'll see the teammates come in together and try to execute a flawless pit stop. As Matthew Lee hard into the wall, that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. And we will have to take you back to that one. And Matthew Lee into the wall hard in the tri-oval. Pretty surprised here with these couple wrecks. We've seen Matthew Baker get punted up into the fence. Now we see Matthew Lee as well. And not sure exactly what happened here. We're going to have to check that out. Go back here to the yellow. You see Matthew Lee. We're going to back this up just a little bit. Matthew Lee behind his teammate. You see Ron Morris go third. And Matthew Lee just goes up. And nowhere for Ron Morris, the 76 to go. So we'll have to get it. And there goes the 76. He's going to hit the wall as well. Heavy damage to the right side of Ron Morris. You see Matthew Lee's bumper is off. Ooh, and he caught somebody else in that wreck as well. You see Logan York in the grass. So let's back this up one more time. And we'll try to get a better angle here from behind if we can with the chopper to see exactly what happened. There's Matthew Lee getting pushed by Ron Morris. Matthew Lee going to his teammates. Rear bumper right there, pushing square. And I don't know if he just got loose off the 6. That's very interesting right there for Matthew Lee, one of the best drivers in this field. See if we can get a shot from Ron Morris here. And slow this down one more time. I mean, Lee, I don't know if there was netcode. It looked like it was maybe netcode there that shot that 04 up into the 76. I'm going to go ahead and say that was netcode. It's not a mistake Matthew Lee would make. But heavy damage for the 76. Heavy damage for Matthew Lee. They'll have to take some fast repairs here. And that's, I'll tell you who benefits from that. That'll be Matthew Baker. As we get back to live action here. We are lap 9 of 50. This is the first caution of the night. But Matthew Baker, who was able to pit and probably stay on the lead lap, it looks like he's back on pit lane. So we'll see if we can pull up Matthew Baker. So Matthew Baker maybe saved his fast repair. It's probably why he is still in the pits fixing his damage from what happened earlier. Still do not know who got into Matthew Baker and put him up into the fence on the backstretch, but luckily for him, he's going to be on the lead lap. Looks like he's got most of his damage fixed here. And we will see if we can pick up Matthew Lee. As you see him on pit road as well. And he might be trying to fix that damage. I'm not so sure. He's going to be quick out there. He went straight head on into the safer barrier. And Matthew Lee, heavy damage. He's going to try to fix it and save that fast repair in case he needs it later. But heavy, heavy damage to the 04 of Matthew Lee. So we hop back up front. John Mullihan is your leader. His hometown, Cross Lanes, West Virginia. Team McCullough. And I hope to get some driver interviews for everybody here tonight. Something that I have yet to do during a race. Still getting my feet wet here on the broadcasting side of things, and it's been fun for me. I enjoy it. Love interacting with our chat. Devin Ray's popped in here tonight. He sees the netcode, as did I. Baker's mom here to enjoy watching her son race. Always cheering for the 5 and his teammates. Appreciate it, Troy. Yep, good on your end. It should be. I don't know if Heath was hearing something different or something was off on my mic, but I'm glad everything's coming in clear now. At 114, that's an awesome paint scheme there. That Budweiser red and white of Vicente Guerrero. Racing for Nightmare Motorsports with Cody Nagels and Matthew Lee. You don't see him too often on the money side of things, but he is a very good super speedway racer. Races in multiple leagues. I believe in OP, used to be in NSRA. Was on the team with him actually at one point in that. An awesome guy to hang around. And the pace car will be diving to pit road here. John Mullahan will lead them down back to the green flag. That was our first caution of the night, and hopefully we won't have too many more yellows as we approach the Geico restart zone here at Talladega. It's John Mullahan, Vicente Guerrero, as we are green yet again here at Talladega Superspeedway. Into the tri-oval as we just cranked him up here at Talladega. John Mullahan leads. You're checking out our drone camera here on the front stretch. As you see a lot of the trucks now, even John Ward, he's going 3 wide. So John Ward, he's going to creep a new picture, as is Matthew Baker, coming back from heavy damage earlier. As all the trucks now fanning out here on the backstretch as we head into turn 3. 22 truck field here in the Craftsman Trucks. Cody Neagles leads the bottom. John Mullahan in the middle. Here comes David Sheets on the outside from McCullough Motorsports. We haven't talked about him yet here tonight. Getting a great push from the 92 of John Ward. We are now 3 wide. And I'll tell you what, after that wreck with Matthew Lee, I thought we'd have some, 2x2 racing, calm down, but we don't. We are going 3 wide, wasting no time. Here's David Sheets getting a great push. Will he clear down in front of John Mullahan here on the backstretch? We stay 3 wide. John Mullahan's going to go to the bottom. That opens the door for the one to go down. He does not. Vincente's going to keep that spot, getting pushed by the 30 of Kenny Stamper. Kenny Stamper, a big win last weekend here in the Money Racing. I get a lot of these races mixed up, but I believe he was the winner of McCullough Motorsports. It could have been an FEG. Man, there's so many races every week. It's hard to even keep track, but Kenny Stamper, I'll tell you what, one guy deserves the win. That's one of them. He's a good guy right there. And that 30 truck, always strong, gets a lot of bad luck, but the owner of KSR and one of the nicest guys you'll have in these fields. Cody Neagles leads it. And back to the point is John Mullahan. He's looking strong here tonight. A pretty aggressive pusher is the 6. And doesn't make too many fans out there on the racetrack, but he doesn't care. John Mullahan wants to be in the front and stay in the front, and oftentimes he does. And sometimes he'll stay up there, and sometimes he'll get wrecked, but John Mullahan, one of the most aggressive drivers in the field here tonight. We're for the most part back to 2 wide racing. Kenny McCullough Jr. going 3, has no help right now. We are going down the Alabama Gang Super Stretch here again. 15 laps of 50 here tonight. And if you're just tuning in, 55% fuel. But with the first caution, these guys were able to top off of their Sunoco race fuel. Probably at least get left side Goodyear tires, and we're off here again to the races. But if we can get some laps under our belt, we'll be doing some green flag stops here tonight. Matthew Baker looking to push it back 3 wide. He does. He's creeping back into the picture, getting pushed by one of the goats, the 03 of Kenny McCullough. And we'll see if we could ride on board as a guy in the picture that's creeping right now. It's Logan York, the 01. A driver that sometimes likes to kind of hang out in the back here in the beginning. But when he makes his move, I'll tell you what, he makes it. As you ride along here with Logan York of Blind Squirrel Racing from Oceanside. Everybody's favorite driver, as I always let the viewers know. And you can just get a sense for how much these trucks are moving around here in the draft. We'll have to see if we can pull up our weather. There's the weather. It's a pretty cool track, 71 degrees outside, 74 track temp. Only 1 mile an hour of wind, but man, these things are all over the place here tonight. And the 6 and the 6 on your screen. Cody Eagles and John Mullihan. Here comes Trevin Astronaut. You have to talk about him tonight. He finds himself in 3rd position in the 89, a newer paint scheme for Trev. The man from Augusta, Georgia. Did some real-life racing in his past. Has him a lot of experience here on the super speedways. Danny Barnes in the 7, Hyper Motorsports truck. Making his way up here to the front. You see him there. Creeping into the picture, getting pushed by the 30 of Kenny Stamper. So things calming down a little bit here, but we said that before, and you saw what happened to Matt Lee earlier, who's making his way back up to the front right now. Riding about mid-pack is Matthew Lee. And there's Matthew Lee, Martin Sports driver. Not sure if he did take a fast repair. It looked like he was trying to save it and repair a lot of his damage. And if he did repair that damage, he is still fast, as he's going to get a good push here by the 5 of Matthew Baker. So the 04 back on the move to the front. And right now it's the 6 of Cody Eagles and the 6 of John Mullihan just jockeying for the race's lead. The 03 now, though, is going to get a good run here. Is Kenny McCullough Jr. in the tri-oval. You got 3 trucks up here high, 3 trucks in the middle, a slew of trucks here on the bottom, and Kenny McCullough Jr., he's going to lead that lap. He's going to get a little loose, though. It's going to shoot him up the track. We're 4 wide. 4 wide with Matthew Lee there. Oh, in the middle. Baker's going to think better of it. He's going to go to the middle. That's going to hang out the 03 of Kenny McCullough Jr., and he'll lead that lap, but he's not going to stay up there in the front of this one. Not sure. It looked like he washed up the track into turn number 1. Matthew Lee stayed his course, and unfortunately for Kenny McCullough Jr., he's going to lose all those valuable positions he gained on that little spurt on the high side. We'll see if we can catch up with somebody here in the middle of the pack. We'll catch up with Kenny McCullough. Right on his gyro cam, you can really see how much banking here in the corners of Talladega as he follows Joshua McCullough through this field. You see Matthew Lee up there. They're going to put him almost 4 wide. No, we're going to stay 3 wide. And get some different angles here for our viewers. As you see Kenny McCullough try to make his way back up here to the front. as Cody Eagles and Vicente Guerrero are in a drag race here to lead this one. That one goes to the 6 of Cody Eagles. We're 22 laps in of a 50-lap race, approaching the halfway point. We should have some green flag stops shortly, and we'll try to take you down pit road with all these drivers when they do make their green flag stops. Hopefully they all can get on and off pit lane here. It's a 55-mile-an-hour pit road speed. You usually got about a mile an hour of grace there, so you could probably go up to 56 miles an hour. But if you stay there above a little bit too long, they'll nab you with speeding. As we are 3 wide here in the Tri-Oval, here comes KSR's Trevin Astronaut, getting a great push from the 01 of Logan York. We are 3 wide, 2 by 2. Cody Eagles on the top, getting pushed by a former teammate, Matthew Baker. Matthew Baker's going to go back down to the middle. That's going to hang Cody out just a little bit. Cody has no help here on the outside. He might have to file in here behind Joshua McCullough. And that he does. So you got 5 trucks here on the top. They're going to have some help here right now. Here comes Matthew Lee to the bumper of Cody Eagles. Showing Matthew Lee down a couple laps on the scoring, which he may be when he did take that damage. Not sure exactly. That's what our scoring monitor is pulling up. Chris Carter down a couple laps as well. Not sure if Matthew Lee might have had to take a tow with all that damage in the first wreck, and that's possibly why he is 2 laps down here tonight. It's going to be hard to get those laps back. We could stay green for the remainder of this one. Green flag stops are looming. John Mullahan leads it. Trevor Astronaut in second. Third right now is Logan York. Logan York been on sort of a tear lately here in the money racing scene. Plenty of cashes and race wins for him in that blue and black Ford F-150. We stay 2 wide here. With John Mullahan leading, man, he's been up front just about all night long. And sometimes that doesn't matter because you just never know at the ends of these super speedway races. You can race in the front almost all night long, lead the most laps, and next thing you know, you're turned into the safer barrier and you have no motor left. And well, hopefully that doesn't happen to any of these drivers here tonight. We are halfway. 1 caution so far tonight. When Matthew Lee looked like netcode up into the 76 of Ron Morris, but trying to fight and claw his way back into contention here tonight. You see David Sheets there on the apron. He did pit, as did Ron Morris Jr. Not sure if they're on a different strategy, but those two did come down pit lane together. We will pull up our track map, which should help all of you as we do get close to green flag stops here. And here we have them. It's going to be Trevin. Oh, they're all coming down. 3, 4 wide. Here they come. You see some tire smoke getting down the pit road speed. It looked like everyone was able to make it. Nobody spins. And, ooh, Justin Mills gets turned a little bit there. He's going to hold it together. And, wow, what looked like Danny Barnes might have slid through his box. And left sides and fuel. As you see them all peel off. What a great shot here tonight of all these drivers getting off pit road. Trying to get back up for you. Sorry about that. What a great shot of all these trucks coming down the pit road. Doing a great job to not spin one another. A very clean stop. John Mullan, Trevin Astronaut, Matthew Baker, those guys right there were on and off faster than just about everybody else. But as much as we are spread out here, you see it on the map. Everyone will catch up with one another as long as they are in the draft. Some of these bigger chains of trucks will catch these smaller little packs. So that's your top three. You see back here to Dylan Basin in the 8, then Joshua McCullough, Kenny Stamper. You see Logan York, he's attached to them. Go a little bit farther back, there's Mark Vondell getting a strong push by the 92 of John Ward. Logan York's kind of in no man's land, so he's going to decide there if he wants to just back his truck up to Mark Vondell, and that looks like what Logan York is going to do. And behind them, here comes Sean Corbett, Justin Mills, Aubrey Thompson. BAR all linked up back here with Kenny McCullough, Danny Barnes. So we will see if all these trucks can get linked back up together. You see Dylan Basin caught these main three trucks. Trevin Astronaut, he's going to go to the middle. Kind of surprising there, but maybe I see why. He's got his teammate Kenny Stamper leading the back of this lane, and I'll tell you what, when you lead, you don't save fuel. And I know Trev the 89 has learned that the hard way, and it could be a strategy play from the 89 to get back in this pack tucked up behind his teammate the 30 and run about 3/4 throttle and save some fuel. Looks to be like we can make it on one more stop. My calculations are right. So a lot more strategy left in this one. If you want to short pit, you can. Do you want to run it out? You can. But what's going to be the winning move remains to be seen. We have quite a few teammates out here, so we'll have to see what they all decide to do. And here comes Dylan Basin in the red, white, and blue Sims Seats Chevrolet to the lead. Getting pushed by the 01 of Logan York. Dylan Basin is not clear. He looks to go down. Thankfully, the 6 did not get in him because the 8 was not clear there. Looked like he thought he was going to come down. Made a better judgment of that. Went back to the middle. Troy Ellett saying Corbett is an independent driver. It's possible that is true. He may have left the BAR team. And if I remember correctly, I did see something like that. Corbett working on his racecraft. Maybe he'll be a solo driver right now. And sometimes that could be a good thing. You know, you get on a team, you think it's all great, but it takes time to develop communication and chemistry with fellow drivers here. And some teams split money, some teams don't. You know, some teams just want to run together because they're good buddies, and some teams are pretty cutthroat and want to run together to win a lot of money. So you got a lot of mixed teams in here, and Corbett maybe just trying to do his own thing right now, and more power to him. Sometimes, you know, it's easier to work on that by yourself and not have a bunch of people in your ear and making moves for the betterment of your team. Sometimes you go out there and make moves that's best for you, and you could find yourself in victory lane here on a Sunday night in McCullough Motorsports. And here they come down into turn number 1. We will take a peek at our digger cam as these trucks making their way around this speedway, a $190 plus. They will go here down the backstretch. As they all get set to enter turn number 3. 2 wide with Stamper in the 3rd lane all by himself. A little bit of sun peeking through these clouds here. As the 05, Josh McCall is going to lead for the first time here tonight. as he takes a dive to the bottom in front of his teammate John Mulhan. That's going to open up the door for the 01 of Logan York here on the in the middle lane, getting pushed by the 8 of Dylan Basin. 03 Kenny McCullough. He's getting frisky. He's ready to get back up here into the front. And he's got his teammate in the 59 machine, the Michigan paint scheme of Mark Vondell. So some hard racing here. We got 18 laps to go. Logan York's going to clear to the bottom. That's going to give temps back here to the 8 car of Dylan Basin. Pretty cool track. Pretty cool temperature out here tonight. So these trucks should not be heating up too fast. We've seen some very hot track temps of late get very slick, but handling looks to be decent. But for some reason, these trucks a little bit more wobbly than they used to be in the draft. There is going to be an update. Not sure if they updated them yet. Did get word of this this past week that the trucks will be updated. Not sure if we did have that yet. Oh, Logan York, he's going to go all the way to the 3rd. He wants nothing to do with up front right now, so not sure why he went up front to get back out of line. Maybe saw something he didn't like, but Logan York's going to head on back to the back. You see the 01 there, and that's going to open up the lead for Joshua McCullough. So a couple McCullough Motorsports teammates on the bottom. Matthew Baker now, he gets out of the line as the 5 of Coasting Thunder going to get a big push from the 8 of Dylan Basin, and it looks like Baker might lead that lap. Not clearing to turn 1. He's going to see if he can get clear here on the backstretch. So the 05 battling the 5 for the lead. Not sure what happened to Vicente Guerrero, Cody Niegels. They're about 15 seconds behind here tonight. You could see them on our track map. The leaders in between turns number 3 and 4. Cody and Vicente in the middle of the backstretch. Not sure if they had a pit road issue, but that's not like them. I'm not sure if one had to wait for the other, but they're going to lose the draft here tonight. And if we don't get a caution, I'll tell you what, that's not going to be a good night for them. And Nightmare Motorsports, it could turn into a nightmare for them really quick here tonight. And those were probably your race favorites here, as the 5 of Matthew Baker and the 05 of Josh McCullough lead right here on the backstretch. And a little tough to get driver interviews when we go green. So we'll see if we do get another caution here tonight, and we'll be able to pull somebody up here into the booth. Don't want to bother anyone right now as they all get set for another round of green flag stop shortly, and it will be the money stop when they come down. Giving you a couple different angles here to look at tonight, as we show our focus here to Sean Corbett of Wilmington, North Carolina, rocking the Ford F-150 in the black and red. Behind him, the 19, always usually a plain looking truck, is Dylan Jones. And we'll go high up in the Goodyear blimp and feature one of BAR's racers, Justin Mills, Vanceboro, North Carolina. He'll pop up front. We've talked about him a couple times tonight from the south side of Augusta. It's Trevor Ashronoff in the 89. Patiently waiting, green flag stops. Probably will stay here on the bottom, as that's the preferred spot to be in as we do get close to green flag stops here tonight. No short pitting as of now. But Sunoco race fuel going to be all ever so important here in the later stages of this one. Troy Elliott could be right again. Guessing Niegels and Guerrero already short pitted. My bad if I did not catch that. Usually I do. And knowing Cody, that's something he would do. But kind of surprising if they did. Being that all these trucks on the track together, probably carrying a faster speed, will remain to be seen. We'll have to see if we can pick up some times. And Cody and Vince running around the 51.5 second bracket, and a lot of these trucks in the 50-second bracket, upwards of 51 flats. So probably not going to work if they did short pit, but you never know. The 05 leads the 5. No change here in the front. It's Joshua McCullough, Matthew Baker on point. We appreciate everyone joining us here tonight on the PGR eSports Network. Long weekend for me. A little bit tired and sluggish, but trying to bring you the best broadcast I possibly can. It's a whirlwind here in my household. We got another baby coming here shortly, so it'll be definitely a challenge to get PGR races all done up every single week, but I got good help with Matthew Baker and Austin Green, Dawson Wise, so PGR is in good hands when baby number 2 comes, and if it's on a race day, those boys will take care of all of our drivers on the PGR side. And a big thanks to McCullough Motorsports. As we have a turn, it's Mark Vondel. Second caution is out. Caution is out on the racetrack. And I'll tell you what, if Cody Niegels and Vicente Guerrero short pitted, they're going to cycle right to the front of this one. We're going to take you back to the yellow as we show you it in super slow motion right there. Mark Vondel hooked by the 45. Going to go down into Danny Barnes. It looks like Danny Barnes was able to save it. Stamper makes a great move to the bottom. Does Justin Mills stay off? He does. 59 in trouble. He's going to keep it off the wall. Ron Morris hits the apron. He's going to keep it. I'll tell you what, a lot of these drivers did a great job of avoiding that one. We'll back it up one more time and see who exactly was at fault. We'll try to get to the chopper cam. And you can see right there, Mark is up the track quite a bit compared to where Corbett is. We'll see. You'll have to jump back here to Mark Vondel, Sean Corbett. Let's back this one up if we can. As you go slow motion, you know, Corbett's offset a little bit. Square push right there. And that push sends Vondel up the track. And when it does, Corbett stays down and just turns the 59. Unfortunately, right there for Mark Vondel. But he was able to keep it off the fence. So any damage he did incur, he will be able to fix it. And not much damage for anybody else. So that is a good thing. We'll take you back live and try to figure out exactly what happened here. You see the race off pit road. It's John Mullahan winning the race off pit road. And Cody Niegels is on pit road. So I had it right. They did not short pit earlier. It looks like something may have happened on the initial green flag stop. You see Vicente Guerrero on pit road as well. Looks like Matthew Lee. So all of Nightmare Motorsports issues here tonight, but this caution could bring them right back into this race. As you see Cody and Matthew coming off pit road right now. Dylan Basin, he's had a great run here tonight. As we said, awesome to see him up here in a money race. A guy that doesn't do the money racing thing too often, but when he does, he makes the best of it. And a really sharp looking paint scheme there for Dylan Basin. Sim seats. You could get some awesome equipment for your sim rig. You could get a sim rig from them, and some awesome steering wheels and wheelbases. And where I got some of my stuff there, you can contact Garrett Maines. He's an eNASCAR Coke Series driver, and tell him I sent you. Get a nice Sim Magic wheelbase and a nice Momo wheel with some great pedals from those guys, and they do it all. They'll come to your house, set it up for you over there at Sim Seats. Definitely check them out online. We haven't talked about him a lot, but here's John Ward from Hyper Motorsports. John Ward, one of the best super speedway racers. As Devin Ray in the chat, can't say exactly what he said, but we'll blurt that out. But they got all messed up. We'll just say that with that yellow. And bringing them two back into the picture should be interesting. And I agree. I'm not sure if that yellow should have came out based on the rules. It was a one truck spin for the most part. He did stay on the track briefly, but there is not a dedicated RC in McCullough Motorsports. These guys are on the track doing their best. If there was an RC up in the tower, it's possible that would not have been a caution flag. But nonetheless, it does bring Cody Eagles, Vicente Guerrero back into the race. Matthew Lee is going to be able to try to help them get here to the front. Molahan Basin will lead them back to green. We'll have 6 laps to go when we get the green flag. Joshua McCall is in third. Kenny McCullough in fourth. Matthew Baker from Magnolia, Texas. In the Chevrolet, he is in fifth. Logan York being scored in 6th place. Trevin Astronaut in 7th. If we have that right, looks like scoring's a little bit off. Looks like Trev will be in 8th. Logan York in 9th, and John Ward, who we were briefly talking about, from Hyper Motorsports from Valdosta, Georgia, making his way up to the front. Dylan Basin, though, he's hungry, looking for a win here tonight. Him and John Molahan going to lead them back to green. As we hit the Geico restart zone one more time, we've had 2 cautions here tonight. Fuel is no longer an issue. The green flag is back out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Two by two. The race is on. 6 laps to go. And what's been a pretty calm race thus far. No big one yet here tonight. And it's hard to bet against the 6 of John Mullen. He's been in the front of this field almost all night long. Has not relinquished those couple first spots in this one, now being pushed by the 05. So John Mullahan has plenty of help. If we look farther on down, Cody Eagles trying to make his charge. He's back into the picture, getting pushed by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. And now is when action ramps up. The pushes get a little harder. It gets tougher for you to hang on to these machines. As the pusher then gets pushed. So it's almost like the pusher's pushing the pusher. And I'll tell you what, when you're in that situation, it's very hard to hang on. John Mulhan almost clips the apron there. He'll hold on to it. The 03 is going to give Dylan Basin a great push down the backstretch here. Dylan Basin to the lead. Is he clear? He is. He's going to funnel down in front of the 6 of John Mulhan. We are getting racy a little bit farther back. It's the 6 of Cody Neagles. He has wasted no time. He's ready to get back to the front. We have 5 laps to go here at Talladega. Dylan Basin now on point on the bottom. Kenny McCall out of it a little bit. He's going to hold it. Man, we are just seeing these trucks bouncing off one another, especially in the tri-oval. Dylan Jones is going to go up. Everybody's jockeying for position. Oh, there goes Joshua McCall to the bottom. Oh my God, he was able to get back in. Joshua McCullough, what a move to get back in line. There goes Trevin Ashford. He's going to head to the 3rd lane. The race is on here at Talladega. Only 4 laps to go. We are 3 wide. Unbelievable Racing will take you up in the Goodyear blimp to try to make sure we don't miss any of this 3 wide action. We're about 3 wide, 4 or 5 rows deep. The middle lane has a lot of players right now. Here comes Cody and Vincente here in the middle. Justin Mills now into the picture here in the 4 for BAR. You could just tell the wiggle, all the wiggling. There goes John Ward to the bottom. He's going to push the 03 of McCullough. Great move by the 92 of John Ward. There goes, Kenny McCall to the top. We have 4 wide. 4 wide. The 6 is going to get turned. Oh, and the 6 holds it. Unbelievable job by Cody Neagles to hold it. And that's got to be a lot to do with his steering settings as Cody Neagles. Man, you just see him so often when he gets turned be able to save it. But, man, he's off the pace a little bit now. Not sure if he's going to be able to get back into this one without a caution. Will he be able to latch back onto this lead pack? Not so sure. He has picked up the Hyper Motorsports driver 7 of Danny Barnes. Up front, it's John Ward. I'll tell you what, man, John Ward in a great spot right now, but don't look now. It's Matthew Baker in the 5. He's getting a huge push right now from looks to be Sean Corbett in that pink truck. Or it could be Aubrey Thompson. That's Aubrey Thompson in the 69, pushing Matthew Baker. Now Logan York pushing Aubrey Thompson, so Baker's got a lot of help. We have 2 laps to go. If we get to the white flag, this race is official. The 92 of John Ward managing temps for the drivers behind him. He goes back down. Kenny McCall leads the middle. Here comes Coasting Thunders. Matthew Baker to the top. Getting pushed by Aubrey Thompson. We are 3 wide. Outside of turn number 4, here we go to the tri-oval. It looks like we might be able to take the white flag. John Ward with the lead right now. John Ward's going to go to the middle, opens the door first. 6 of John Mulhan. The white flag is out here at Talladega Superspeedway. Who's going to get to the checkered line first? John Ward, John Mulhan. Or will it be Dylan Basin? The 3rd line has fallen back. Matthew Baker, Aubrey Thompson right now have no help. The 6 washes up the track a little bit. Oh, there goes John Ward. He is turned. John Ward's turned. John Mulhan now, he leads it. He's got help from his teammate. His teammate gets into him, almost pushes him underneath the apron. John Mulhan holds it. There goes Justin Mills to the middle. He wants to win this race. He's in prime position. Is he going to get the push? They're just too discombobulated. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. Kenny McCall is probably not going to pull out here. And it looks like John Mulhan will get it done in the 6 for McCullough Motorsports. The 6 of John Mulhan. And I'll tell you what, he deserves the win tonight because the 6 was up front almost all night long. One of the best drives that we have seen from John Mulhan in quite some time. And I am sure that man in the 6 is going to be very happy to talk to us up here in the booth. But we'll have to go back and see what happened. To Kenny McCullough. Well, no, Kenny McCullough, he's going to finish 2nd. was a little bit farther back. As you see John Mullihan burn it down here and celebrate his victory here in the infield at Talladega. I want to go back here, see what happened here on this last lap. Stamper gets up into Baker. That turns Stamper down in front of Dylan Jones and Vicente Guerrero. Dylan Jones goes up. He's going to hit Mark Vondell. And that's right there. Going to end the night. So a lot of those guys had no momentum after that happened. Matthew Baker trying to make some moves on the high lane, getting pushed by Aubrey Thompson. And we'll give you one more look at what happened here coming into turn at number 3. Logan York goes down. Ooh, the Dylan Jones, the 19, comes up, gets in the Stamper, turns Stamper. And just chaos ensues from there. And it benefits the cars or the trucks that were able to stay in line. And those 4 on the bottom. You see John Mullihan getting pushed by the 03. And Justin Mills in the 4. Those will be your podium finishers here tonight. Logan York ended up taking 4th. Trevor Ashmanoff 5th. So as you see them right here coming out of turn 4, that's how they're actually going to finish. And unfortunately for Matthew Baker, Aubrey Thompson, not sure they're going to get payouts here tonight. We'll try to get your race results here up. And then bring the top 3 into the booth. So tonight's race winner, John Mullihan, gets it done for McCullough Motorsports. And they're going to actually take top 2 here tonight with Kenny McCullough Jr. finishing in 2nd. Justin Mills for BAR, a great run for him. He's been heavy on the wheel this past week. He will take 3rd. Logan York, as always lately, in the money spot. He will take 4th. And Trevin Astronaut looks like he'll be in that 5th and final money spot for Team KSR here tonight. Matthew Baker going to finish 1 spot out of the money for NBG Motorsports, but he will look ahead to Tuesday night's RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder. Aubrey Thompson for BAR helped his teammate there, Justin Mills, get the 3rd place spot. He will take 7th. Mark Vondell of McCullough Motorsports, a good run for him. He will finish in 8th, and Vicente Guerrero will be Nightmare's best finisher here tonight with a 9th place finish. Not the night they were looking for. Probably a nightmare for them, unfortunately. Danny Barnes in the Hyper Motorsports machine, he will finish in 10th. Cody Niegels finishes in 11th. Dylan Jones will finish in 12th place here tonight. Sean Corbett for BAR will finish in 13th. David Sheets from McCullough Motorsports, he'll finish in 14th. And Joshua McCullough, as well from McCullough Motorsports, will finish in 15th. Dylan Basin, good run for him and bad luck near the end. He'll finish in 16th. John Ward, that's who actually I wanted to go back and see what happened to John Ward. But John Ward was in a prime position to win this race, and that Motorsport driver is unfortunately turned. Kenneth Stamper for KSR, he'll finish in 18th. In 19th here tonight is Joey Allen for Wolfpack Racing, and Matthew Lee will finish in 20th. Christopher Carter finishes in 21st here tonight, and rounding out your field of 22 drivers is Ron Morris Jr. As we hide those results, we'll see if we could go back to what happened to John Ward and bring that up for you. That's what I was trying to remember exactly what happened here on this last lap when chaos kind of ensued here. We'll check out the far chase cam here, and we'll get you in slow motion. There's just some little bit of swiping going on in the back bumper. That's going to get Ward pushed up the track. Kenny's going to go middle and unfortunately get into the left quarter panel of the Hyper Motorsports driver, and he's turned there by the 03 unfortunately, and could have been from a little bit slightly bad push, but you could see John Ward trying to hold on to it, and bad luck for John Ward, who was looking like this could be in the bag for him as he crashes into that infield fence right there on the backstretch. And we take you back up to your race winner, John Mullihan, as we try to get all these guys up here in the booth. Justin Mills, your third place finisher tonight. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Justin Mills, you got a copy, bud? And Justin Mills has his mic muted right now. We'll try him again in one more second. Justin Mills, you got a copy, bud? And we'll make sure on our end the audio is working. One more time, we'll try to get a word with Justin Mills here. And Justin Mills, you got a copy, bud? And we will slide Justin Mills back down. We'll see if we can get a word with Kenny McCullough Jr. Looks like he's doing some admin RC stuff right now. So we'll wait a second here on the broadcast, as we'll see your race winner here, John Mullahan, in a second. But everything should be good on our end. I think Justin Mills may be having some mic issues, as we will try to get your race winner here tonight, John Mullahan, in the booth. John Mullahan, you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we tried getting Justin up here. I think he's having some mic problems, and it looks like Kenny, the boss man, is maybe doing some admin RC stuff in there. Didn't want to bother him, but we got the man of the hour. It's the 6th of John Mullahan. And John, I'll tell you what, man, if you watch this broadcast back, talked a lot about you here tonight, and it looked like you were driving with a vengeance, and you had one thing on your mind, and that was to get to the race win. But not only that, stay up front the whole night. Is that how you kind of got it done?
Yeah, obviously that's the goal every night. It's easier said than done most nights, but tonight we started fourth. We were able to keep it up front for most of the night. A little bit of a controversial in there at the end. I think Kenny was getting shoved through and may have gotten into the back of John Ward there and caused a little incident coming to the line. So they're trying to hash that out. But all in all, a really good night for MMS.
Yeah, I went back and looked at it myself. It's hard to say. Sometimes you got to take a step back, breathe, and go over the replay multiple times to see exactly what happened. And we all know in super speedway money racing, everything is a split second, so you just never know. But I'll tell you what, you've had a little bit of bad luck here lately, and we're used to seeing you run up front, but it always doesn't work out for you. Is this a little bit of monkey off the back? Do you think you could springboard this into some more money racing wins?
Oh, absolutely, man. We'll use this as a springboard and try to carry this momentum going forward this week. I'm really looking forward to Thursday night, obviously over at PGR, and got a nice event planned for Friday night as well that I'm really looking forward to. So a lot on the plate on the week ahead.
Yeah, that sure is. There's a lot of money racing here in the money racing community all week long for all these drivers, John. And you got the job done here tonight. You had your teammate helping you, Kenny McCullough, there on the last lap in the 03. It seems like McCullough Motorsports right now. I've been doing a lot of these broadcasts, and you guys have been all kind of running together. How's that group over there at McCullough Motorsports?
Man, I feel like we're stronger now than we've ever been. I really feel like our qualifying efforts collectively as a group have really come over the hill, so to speak. So, when you've got more of your guys starting up front, it definitely makes the night's work a whole lot easier. So, and that's what we've been working towards.
Well, John, we appreciate you coming up here in the booth to talk with us here tonight. Great job getting the job done here, and McCullough Motorsports Sunday night money racing on the PGR eSports Network. Before we'd like let you go, is there anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, obviously, Big Mike up in the booth, Kenny over at MMS for putting this on. Obviously, all the teammates over there, Kenny, Josh, Mark, Ron, all those guys, Sheets. Special thanks to both my sons, Carter and Jackson, my fiance, Brittany, all the guys down at Will Jewelry Alone and at Canal Valley Key and Fob. I look forward to seeing you again, Mike.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Go celebrate. Thank you. That was your race winner, John Mullihan. We were trying to get a word with Justin Mills earlier. Maybe had some mic issues. And Kenny McCullough, your runner-up tonight, doing some admin RC stuff with all the guys here tonight. So not sure if that second place will stand for Kenneth McCullough. I'm sure there's some guys all looking at exactly what happened there with John Ward. But John Mullihan for sure is your winner here tonight on a Sunday night in McCullough Motorsports Money Racing. And it was a great race. I enjoyed calling it. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. We have a lot on our plate this week, starting tomorrow night in the Little Dog Series for John Ward's Dega Pros. So looking forward to Dawson Wise being on the call for PGR eSports for that one. Austin Green will return for PGR eSports on Tuesday night for Ron Morris's Tuesday Night Thunder, as Matthew Baker looks to get closer and closer to his regular season title. On Thursday night's the Xfinity Series at Daytona. Austin Green on the call for PGR eSports. And that should be yet another good one here this week. And Friday night looks like a lot of racing and Memorial Day weekend. And we hope a lot of our viewers and drivers can also get a break and enjoy time well spent with their families and grilling out, hopefully enjoying some sunshine on a great holiday long weekend for all. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series will be at Charlotte for the 600. Then Kyle Larson in that 5. He will be going to Indy, and he will be starting 5th on the top 5 in the Indy 500. And when he wraps up there, well, hopefully is a victory, because I'll tell you what, he's got a shot. If not at least a top 5, hopefully for Kyle Larson on Sunday, he will hop on over to Charlotte to race 600 miles. So 1,100 miles in the day for one of the world's greatest drivers in Kyle Larson. So looking forward to an all-day watching racing on Sunday, one of the biggest days of motorsports every single year, the Sunday Memorial Day weekend. And if you hadn't already, make sure you go over to our YouTube channel at PGR eSports at youtube.com/@PGR eSports. You can go to our website, pgresports.com. You'll see all the links to our social media. Please like or give us a follow. We can really appreciate that, and goes a long way to building our brand here at PGR. And thanks again to Kenny McCullough and McCullough Motorsports for letting us do these things here on a Sunday night. It was a great night of racing. Congrats once again to John Mullihan getting the job done over his teammate Kenneth McCullough, and Justin Mills rounding out your podium positions. And for myself here at PGR eSports, Michael Triscaro, we will see you guys tomorrow night for some great racing over at Dega Pros for the Little Guy Series. Have a good night.